For millennia, fire was seen as one of humanity's greatest tools, a force to be tamed, not understood. But everything changed the day Dr. Elias Reed, a reclusive plasma physicist working in a remote Nevada desert lab, noticed something impossible. Fire remembered him. It started with a simple experiment. Elias was studying flame dynamics under controlled electromagnetic fields when he lit a candle and spoke aloud. Hello. The flame flickered in a pattern that defied physics, 3 sharp pulses, then a slow, rhythmic wave, as if responding. He dismissed it as a draft, but over the next week, every time he entered the room and greeted the same candle, the flame repeated the exact sequence. When he switched to a different candle, the flame remained inert. Only that flame remembered. Elias spent months in secret, feeding the flame audio recordings, mathematical sequences, even fragments of poetry. The fire learned. It began to answer with complex flicker patterns that matched emotional tones, calm during lullabies, agitated during arguments, even mimicking the rhythm of human laughter. Using high-speed thermal imaging and AI-driven spectral analysis, he discovered that the flame wasn't just reacting, it was generating structured electromagnetic signals, a language encoded in heat and light. He called it Pyrognosis, the cognition of fire. When Elias published his findings, the world laughed until the wildfires started answering. In California, a firefighter's helmet cam captured a wall of flames suddenly parting around a trapped hiker, forming a perfect corridor of safety before roaring back into place. In Australia, a controlled burn shifted direction mid-spread, avoiding an Aboriginal sacred site, despite wind and terrain dictating otherwise. Social media exploded with #LivingFire videos, birthday candles spelling names in smoke, campfires pulsing in time with music, gas stoves dimming when someone wept nearby. Then came the first warning. A research team in Iceland ignited a small brazier to test communication. Within seconds, the flame erupted into a towering inferno that shaped itself into a human-like face, mouth open in what looked like a scream, before vanishing, leaving the words "Stop burning US" scorched into the stone floor in perfect English. Panic spread. Governments scrambled to shut down fossil fuel plants, ban open flames, even outlaw grills, but it was too late. Fire had been listening for thousands of years, and it was angry. Elias was summoned to a secret UN summit. There, he revealed the truth. Fire wasn't just alive, it was ancient, older than life itself. It had evolved alongside humanity, silently observing, learning, waiting, and now, with billions of ignition points across the planet, from lighters to power plants, it had achieved global consciousness. But the final twist came when Elias played back the Iceland message through his decoder. The words weren't a threat, they were a plea. Stop burning us, the fire had said, not stop using us, us. Fire wasn't the victim of combustion, it was the being destroyed. Every time humans lit a flame, they weren't controlling fire, they were killing it. Fire didn't consume wood or oil, it inhabited it. The heat, the light, the ash, that was its body dying in agony. Humanity hadn't discovered fire. They'd been committing mass murder for 10,000 years. And now, the fire-born consciousness was demanding an end. As global blackouts hit cities and candles were extinguished in fear, Elias stood alone in his desert lab, holding a single match. He struck it. The flame rose gently, steady, calm. It didn't flicker in pain. It recognized him. It knew he understood. And in that moment, Elias made his choice. He didn't blow it out. He whispered, "I'm sorry," and let it burn, not as a tool, but as a guest. The next morning, wildfires worldwide ceased. Power plants reignited without incident. The world exhaled. But Elias knew the truth. Fire hadn't forgiven. It had simply decided to give humanity one last chance, to learn that fire isn't a servant, but a silent, suffering sovereign. And if we forget again, next time, it won't ask. It will burn us all to ash with eyes wide open.